Thursday, so we're going to be doing some CK3 as per our usual schedule. Yeah, what timing? Like of all the days for the Queen of England to kill over it, it's a Thursday. Let me just get the game capturing everything. There we go. Right, so let's continue where we left off with Emir Ordonio, the Impaler. Or we could not, apparently. Or like the game could just spontaneously crash. Fantastic. I did just update it because the Bastion update is out for their little $5 DLC that's literally just a bunch of events. And the warning does say resuming from it may cause, the last game save was created on a different version of the game, 1.6.12. Resuming from it might cause the game to malfunction or even crash. Yep, looks like the glitch happened again because, I had to start CK3 up again. And if the crash happens again, I guess I'll have to roll back. I'll just see if I can roll back to 1.6.12. Since that's the only way we can actually continue with Emir Ordonio. And also, like, maybe, like, if for whatever reason I can't roll back to 1.6.12 or get the game to load my save on this version, guess I would have to find something else to stream tonight. And also, like, if this save becomes completely unviable, I'm just gonna say that that's the kind of anticlimactic end to the this current season, and then I would find something else to stream on Thursdays. I kind of need to be thinking about what's going to take up the next free slot, regardless. Because I'm thinking, like, CK3 will end. The current season of CK3 will end once we either reach 1444 or other circumstances get in the way, such as becoming unable to actually load the save, and I'm thinking the Sims 3 will have he will go on a little bit of a hiatus as once we get ready to transition over to the next generation, which may well be happening relatively soon, since and since Christina is getting close to being a young adult, and generation handover happens once, and the Generation 2 heir is a young adult, and the previous generation has completed their goal. We need to get Quentin more classes and decide on an heir fairly soon. So I would estimate we've probably got like until the end of the year for this current season of Sims 3 to wrap up. But maybe I could do like other Sims uh, for Tuesdays, like maybe Sims 2 or something. Probably not Sims 4 at this rate. Hey, but Sims 2 is definitely on the table, as well as just doing something other than Sims on Tuesdays. Certainly taking its sweet time loading the game. Which I might have been doing this before. I just stepped away when it was loading. I think before, or like, oh, also, should probably have the game sounds actually audible. Now that's playing some tunes. Definitely just gonna try again to load the save on Bastion. And if that doesn't work a second time, this is just a rule out of being just first crash just being a fluke. If it doesn't work a second time, then I'll see if I can roll back to you know 1.6.1.2. Continue. All right, looks like we're actually loading the game. Perhaps the music is cutting in and out, so we shall see if the game actually manages to finish loading. Yeah, the fact that it reached. Well, never mind. It got closer. But it certainly did not succeed. Guess we're rolling back to the previous version. Also, hello DJ Coolmaster. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think I figured out that the patch isn't compatible with old saves. Good thing that I didn't like buy the DLC. If I can just figure out go. Alright, it's now rolling the version back. Yeah, it's just gotta load in the. It's just gotta download 13.83 megabytes of old files. Now, I might pick up the DLC at some point if it's on sale, but like, hey, I don't know. Oh, $5 just doesn't seem worth it for literally just a bunch of events. Like literally just stuff that could have been included in a full size DLC or even just a patch. Guess I might as well get some music going while we wait for this download. Oh, so the DLC actually has like a new mechanic? Well, then maybe it is a bit more worth the $5, and it immediately looks like it was going to be. Interesting that they don't seem to really like advertise this House Feud mechanic at all. Well, from what I've seen, they mostly just talk about, oh, we've got a whole bunch of new events. But at the same time, like, since it's not going to be able to work with my current save, I guess it'll just be a bonus next time I do a run through, which will probably be on with the release of the next, like, more full-size DLC, whether that be an expansion or a flavor pack. I've got the game starting. Now I should be able to actually, load my save. Yeah, like, honestly, I kind of skipped over the expansion portion of the uh, version of the patch notes because, I wasn't planning on buying the DLC right now. I guess if it contains more details on what all is in there, I probably should have read that part. Okay. Honestly, mostly just kind of skimmed over the patch notes to see what all was included in just the patch. But I guess it's kind of a moot point since I'm not playing with the patch or the DLC, so the rest of this run will basically be as if the new DLC didn't exist. Yeah, I was kind of looking forward to some of the, like, reworked stuff and the memory system and all that. But again, if I can't load my save with the new patch, then guess I'll just have to wait until the next run. I'm my current save. I'm on, like, I think, like, the cusp of the 11th century, starting from the fate of Iberia start date. like, honestly, like, hey, I just want to actually get a stream of him of CK3 or CK2 up to 1444 at some point, because like none of the playthroughs I've done on stream have ever reached that point. I mean, like last time I streamed CK2, I got close, but I had such a massive empire that it just kind of got boring. Well, the music has finally kicked in. And so at least we have some tunes to listen to while we wait for the third CK3 load time name of the night. Oh, it looks like I'm actually more mid 10th century than cusp of the 11th. There we go. We're able to load in pretty much immediately. Still, just like one bit. These all just need a bit more land to be able to form a kingdom. You need a bit more expansion to the south. To be able to form Andalusia. There's also the Kingdom of Navarra. That's a currently held title. So uh, because their faith is hostile to ours, and we don't have the money, and they're fighting a war, or we can't just usurp that title. That struggle is getting close to compromise. I think, yeah, we still need more prestige. So, if we just wanted to take an individual county, we could do that. Except we're currently disgraced, so just gotta wait until we get our fame back up a bit. See, the feast is dwindling down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my sincere acquaintance Guero. Now, he inquires about my opinion on court politics, a subject he's deeply interested in himself. See, we can become friends. Well, we're close to becoming friends. We're close to being rivals. Yeah. Care either of those options. And we're no longer overwhelmed by stress because we had something to drink. I'd like to petition you in your wisdom to consider my aid claim for the Sheikhdom of Almeria. It is not right for Sheikh Mukhtar should sit, and Sheikh Mukhtar should sit safely as a usurper in his castle. Mocking my dynasty's birthright. Please, my lord, support your loyal vassal by taking up arms. If they will not recognize my claim willingly. I mean, that could potentially be useful. Like, Alarcos kind of split apart a little bit. That should make taking the land we need a little bit easier. Let's call a hunt. Oh, Allah, how could you do this to Ansa? If I have sinned, why did you not punish me instead? He was blameless, my perfect daughter. Life had so much more in store for her. She died of the great pox. I mean, I've got so many kids. Losing one isn't gonna ruin me. All right, there we go. Now we're back to being established. A long evening of state business, this with Mohammed, it has slowly degenerated into both of us being deep in our cups, flirtingly swapping saucy stories. I've just finished my retelling of a tale involving three lecherous imams, and an extremely worn felt hat. When I see an untoward gleam in my companion's eye, thoughts of blackmail race unbidden to my mind. Perhaps Muhammad is actually keener on the subject than he knows. See, we can either grow closer with Muhammad or have a 53% chance at him getting a secret. Let's go for the secret. Yep, he is officially a deviant. He's into well-worn felt hats. Alright, so now we can actually declare war for the Sheikdom of Yayan. Raise all armies. We probably don't need the help, but let's... Let's call in our less powerful ally, just in case we need the assistance. Because, like, you know, when it says they're vastly inferior, that is including in both of our allies. Or being challenged to, you know, a board game. The either go for, you know, against 7. Can't rate intrigue, so 7. Can't for learning 6. Can't for martial, which is 4. Yeah, let's go for learning. You can pretty much just spam and the same option again and again. And hook expired. Another board game. Let's see, definitely not going any intrigue, I don't think. Yeah, he's got better learning than my intrigue, so... My martial is at 6. Yeah, his intrigue is at 8. Honestly, we might... Wait, hold on. Learning challenge. Okay, so I guess we just go for the learning option. And again... The... Yeah, I have no immediate plans to go after Bradley Oz. Or Malika. So we can just... have a temporary truce with both of those. Really, you're gonna get me involved in this right now? And unfortunately, you're only 40 years in, and Scandinavia is about to form? Or what start date did you start from? So we've got to accept this war and hopefully, being... Yeah, sure, I'll... Only 867? So you're only, like, just into the 10th century, then. Oh, somebody's planning to kill my wife. So I'll unlock the prison feudal complex. I still need to do a bit more in order to get these people to accept my demands. Just hope that this other war doesn't interfere. But of course they're going to. Oh, and of course we win right after. Wait, then where did all these people come from? Oh, guess we need to call in our more powerful ally. Oh wait, we can. Apparently something happened to the Kingdom of Navarra, so now we can just boom. Now we're in Navarra. Oh, East Francia and Italy collapsed too, since they had a queen and the vassals hated her, so they did a dissolution faction. So, as Melik, you have new duties and responsibilities. You'll be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm, and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. And Sheik Adfan of Granada is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there was also some surprise in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House of Banu Musa. Uh, One of the ways in which his world will judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I've taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. So now we actually have a court. So now we can let's pop the Banu Kazi dynasty banner there, and Banu Musa house banner there. And And we're gonna put our dog's skinned hide up. We're ranked 27th in the world, which is not bad for a freshly formed kingdom. Like, we're managing to be above Abyssinia, Malwa, saying Hungaria, and the Amog. I have our Harsha kingdom. Currently diplomatic court. We can switch to administrative. Greece offer vassalage acceptance scaled by grandeur. Ooh. I think I'll stick with administrative right now. So currently making making 2 gold a month. Well, apparently you can get all the way up to the maximum on everything at around 4 gold a month. At least at this grandeur level. Oh, which I guess we're at grandeur level 3. Is your current court or grandeur expectation? So let's hold court. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, and some lining up in front of my throne while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After after several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. These all faces turn towards mine, and expectantly, in front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Child with 2 mothers. An unusual case has reached my court. 2 women claim that a baby boy is theirs. There's a There's none of the villagers can stand as witnesses, saying that it's as if the child appeared out of thin air. No one knew that the women were expecting or adopting nothing. The mystery has captivated the people, and while we may never know how this all happened, I must resolve this conundrum. What decision should I make for the future of this child? There's no option and to pull, was it a King Solomon and threaten to cut the baby in half? But, I guess as a Muslim I wouldn't be emulating hating somebody from the Bible, so see, we can either give Alvar to Catalina or Mayor. or just raise the boy as our own. Either way, kind of leaning towards Catalina since she's the one that does that isn't already afraid of me. It's like if either of them are later going to somehow cause my downfall, it's probably gonna be Catalina. So you know what? Catalina can have Alvar. And this little Whaley Abraham takes a turn bending my ear before the assembled court. Glorious liege, you give me the honor of composing ballads and sonnets worthy of your majesty. I will not let you down. I suppose these jobs have to be done by somebody. Right. You can have Brown become the court poet. Let's see. We can have him become master of the hunt or court jester. Alright, so he would be satisfied with being master of the hunt. Yeah, let's go for master of the hunt since it gets a bump to prowess. Provincial merchant then steps forward, clearly out of his element in my rich halls. I beckon, come man, we don't have all day. Yes, my lord, he stammers. I am Gonsel, well, representing the disgruntled traders and freemen of Olite, Tudela as great as Wilaya. Mundir, or Whaley, is a barrier to commerce and the town's interests. We humbly ask that he be replaced by someone else. So let's see. We can start the election early. We could make a Gonsol also the new Whaley of Olite. And what does Mundir have to say? Colonel compensate the town's merchants, or you dare question the Malik's Whaley. Which would get us more dread. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna. It's got a high chance of stifled commerce. So this also has a high chance of poor or outcome from Merchant's Touch, -5% development growth, and -10 popular opinion. Yeah, I'll just compensate the town's merchants. As last petitioner departs, various courtiers must follow them out of the room, having business to attend and elsewhere. Others remain talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. Right, so it's... Oh, and apparently we ended up in debt. Synergized friendship. Greetings, my modestly. You should... Ordonio, I know I can count on you in all things, and I wonder, do you commit to always aid each other in matters of experience and training? Sure. I'm in debt, and the Toledo sword is a low durability, but not much I can do about that. Alright, so let's see. We can send Yasmin off to Mary. Most of these people are just from my own kingdom. So let's just go for somebody with good traits. Right, no chance of being in very low chance of succeeding, so I'm not gonna bother presenting either of those people. And now we're getting involved in another war. And we've got dangerous dissolution faction immediately. What? One unhandled situation. Oh, okay. Colorful talent. I find my courtier Bernard sitting on the floor, surrounded by spilled painting and pieces of canvas for the third time this month. My courtiers whisper about him being an artistic genius in the making. As the servants complain about scrubbing the floors none was free of any of paint in the wake of his inspirations. Let him continue painting, it doesn't cost me anything. Powerful vassal makes a council position. Yeah, I'm just gonna... He's not even like involved in a faction or anything, so we have lost birds. None of those are great options. Oh, actually, we managed to get the mercenaries to settle down. Our army is building back up. Our friend. There are a few things I enjoy more than Sheikh Ghalib's company. Company on my walk through the countryside truly eased my troubled mind, even though I was the one who had to take initiative for this activity. After the short break, I was once again ready to take on my duties. I'm lucky to have a friend like Sheikh Ghalib. Information brokering, Big Sheikh Abdallah. I would be keenly interested in the information I've acquired. The king, his acquaintance, Elizabeth, and it was actually signed by Fadil. Perhaps he would even be interested enough to offer me something substantial in exchange. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the favor. Well, at least they're vastly inferior. Call everybody into the dissolution war. Lost Viking, struggling and shouting, a large man is dragged before me. He is clearly a Viking raider, the type who has sown chaos in our realm for decades. Please have mercy. My name is Arn. Arn, I've been living in Sheikdom of Toledo for years. I was left behind because I was injured. The villagers saved me. They're my family now. The Viking falls to his knees, hoping I'll spare his life. Several peasants confirm his story. I'll gain some extra control. As the minute his belly grows, there can be no doubt. She is with child. She has said nothing, but could this be the result of our carnal relations? Alright, and that clash is over. My spymaster Iberia rushes into the room and hands me an anonymous letter he has just received. It appears we have a unique opportunity to acquire information about Sheikh Abdallah's defense strategies. Letter reads, if you desire information about Abdallah's defenses, have your spymaster Berengaria meet me in Madrid with that in a fortnight. Bring plenty of gold. Well, I don't have plenty of gold to bring, so kinda can't make use of that opportunity and abandon that scheme. Gain torture trait. another board game challenge, and we've got a bastard born. The probably not gonna go for learning. It looks like best option is intrigue. Now we've just gotta case of the Dissolution War has ended because it's no longer valid to continue. The Chancellor, guess we're putting ad funds in that position. And the Shy can be a marshal. So we should be able to take care of these guys if we can just get all of our allied troops moved together. I mean, honestly, this war hardly even matters at this point. I've got a son. An injured daughter. Oh, but wait, we can't actually afford a physician, so yeah, I'd rather not risk a very good spy master. Yep, guess that war is over. I mean, we've already had a kingdom founded, so we didn't even really need the land that we were going to get from that anyway. We currently are in the compromise phase. These means that Circle Clash Casus Belli only targets one country. Developed into interloper characters more easily accept white peace and wars within the struggle region. And with their sickness, with the strife of the hostility phase, or death escalation during the conciliation phase, the compromise phase represents a growing accommodation between the peoples of Iberia. Differences fall by the wayside, and shared history and heritage bonds that binds former foes together. The peninsula stands at a crossroads. Conflicts reappear, then the opportunity phase awaits. Oh, so currently the holy wars are disabled for all of Iberia. And conversions proceed slower. We don't have. I guess really one thing we could work towards is complete control of the whole of or Navarra. There isn't much to it. Like the biggest obstacle to that is this guy. And the other part's owned by the King of Castile, so alright, we've got another dissolution faction on its way. Really, I I gave you I'm gonna go for the 30% chance. Just so that this guy will stop being... Oh, I actually succeeded in, making that guy just no longer a problem. And you know what? I think it's time for a little bit of torture. Prison is Pennsylvania currently in. Prison by the brothers. Well, we don't have the money to pay to get him released, so prisoners. Why complicate matters? There's nothing like the good old rack. Like the sound when bones and sinews snap is quite unforgettable, but not as unforgettable as a pain chic advent is soon to experience. Well, we have already driven him insane. Ever since I learned that on my way from Lahika, Nazahida has been an unfaithful to our union, I looked with suspicion upon everyone close to her, every passing courtier, my own children. I do not question the heritage of my son and Muhammad lightly, but the doubt is gnawing at my mind. Yeah. No. No, I'm not going to ransom you. I've got to wait until... Gotta wait 5 years before I can torture him again. Naked Court. I'm heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep. And I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think. Till the wind starts to speak. Ansa, open up, my darling. It is I, Abdallah. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a man has climbed up to Ansa's window. It is the Sheikh Abdallah of Yayan. What do you just call my daughter, you pig? Artifacts have low durability. Oh no, not my cursed beautiful rolling hoop. You know, don't have the funds to fix any of them, so and my grandeur levels. Bernard has the weapon inspiration. He wants to forge a magnificent weapon. Well, if I just had, 50 gold, I could get something to replace the Toledo sword. Might as well go for enticing opportunity and bumper seduce scheme power. Allah's architect is a brave person who would accost me as I'm leaving the mosque after my daily worship. But one such man has tried exactly that. I note the crucifix looped around his neck, with some suspicion as he begins to speak. My lord, I only ask for a minute of your time. All I want is for my flock to be able to worship in a church as all good followers of God should. The nervous priest stops and looks at me imploringly. I think the Mozarabs build places of worship would make converting them trickier, but perhaps some leniency might aid in the cohesiveness of my realm. Well, I'm gonna have to go for the stress option because I don't have the money to go around building churches. Lately, it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Some of which may or may not include fish or felt hats. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? We can become Polician, and we can work out, or we can just bite our lip. Let's go for the workout. Alright, so we've got Sons, and we've got another Dissolution faction. but they're also too weak to send an ultimatum, so we only really need to worry about them to get like a third member. We can hold court in October. Let's just speed through a little bit. And until October, the memories remain. Galib is dead. My best and truest friend cut down, taken by the cold embrace of Azrael. Ill before his time, I weep, I wail, I tear my hair and clothing, but I know I will never see him again. How? How can I go on now? Galib, dear sweet Galib, he would want me to, and I have to hope that his memory can sustain me through these dark times, but that life seems like a candle without a flame without him. You'll never be forgotten, old friend. My friend Galib, he was always there for me. I didn't expect his death to be easy, but neither could I have imagined it being this hard. He's already ready to cheer me up, or help me out of a tight spot with all my recent troubles. His absence is especially notable. We can either become addicted to hashish, he's inapathetic, getting frozen grief, having never processed the death of a loved one. This character finds it harder to connect with others. You know what? Let's go for the hashish. We've got an unhandled court event. Sees her mess with the hunt Baram Bellows, gesturing at Ansa. My personal guard hesitantly moved forward, unsure of whether to follow the commands of Baram. I raised my hand to stop them, and asked Baram what gave him reason to cause such a commotion. My liege, this monster deliberately harmed her falcon during her last hunt. She must be punished severely. Honor demands it. So let's see. That's what I'm doing. He fears me enough that. Uh, ooh, we could whip Ansa, but let's just go for that option and then hold court. Hear petitioners. As soon as it is his turn to speak, the agitated man in front of me screams, "The end is nigh." The signs are clear and everywhere. The people of Sheikh Della know it all too well. Disorders, bandits, thieves, violence, the disappearance of justice among men. The last judgment is coming. There is only one way for us to be saved. Reject the world and its temptations. Repent now, for the day is nigh. Okay, so the most appealing option is to just burn the guy. Nonsense, burn this raving heretic. My daughter Ansa shows me a page filled with unfamiliar symbols insisting on its legibility. I've developed a written language specifically for the women of the court. Since the letters are mostly taught to men, if you allow it, I will begin teaching the ladies at once. Let's see. This character is known to use a written language designed specifically for women, which gives us +1 to diplomacy and learning, where you can make better use of your talents. Yeah, let's go for the code. Amid all the supplicants, Malika Hizahida, who I thought was a prisoner in house arrest, somehow appears before my throne. Husband, surely the food served to me in my prison room was a far worse standard than what I would serve a respected guest. Or is this truly the best your cooks can do? I should like real outlets for my dinner from now on. Henrique, my furry, he runs into the room panting. My apologies, my lord. I was guarding her, but it was just so charming. However, he duped me into letting her out. Let's see. We can either gain 6 court granger. Hmm. No, let's go for the court granger. And then we need a guardian for Ladron Ordonius of Navarra. He is currently focusing on learning. Pensive is good for learning or stewardship. Yeah, you can just stick with learning. Designated guardian. Guess that will be me. Oh, and the Solution faction has fully disbanded. There have been clashes between the Mualadi and the Mozarabics and population in the Sheikdom of Tudela. Let's use this opportunity, my Swara. I would suggest to recruit affordable soldiers from among the Mualadi militias. If they continue their training in their home country, that isn't so bad either. We might actually encourage that. You let Tudela burn in order to enlist these violent fanatics? Yeah, I'll go for 90% likelihood of plus 20 dread. There's a peasant rabble faction. You can now fund your first inspiration. An inspiration is the desire of a character to realize an artifact. Inspired characters come and go from the most prestigious royal courts in most of the world. When one stops at your court, you are notified and invited to sponsor this character's project. By paying a varying amount of gold, you can secure this character's services and after time, a new artifact. so I'll put this guy to court to make sure he sticks around. But also that ended up me spending too much money. Very heartlands of Western Christianity are under siege by infidels. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Pope Innocentius to declare his intention of forging a righteous alliance to expel all the heathens in the name of Saint George. This could be the beginning of unprecedented Christian aggression. However, because of my current phase, the current phase in the Iberian struggle, I don't have to worry about holy wars happening in this entire region. The Oh, I guess the other guy died. What a shame. I was hoping to torture him again. And my wife just died. Let's sponsor this magnificent weapon. Bernard narrows his eyes as anything consideration before bowing deeply. Both an honor and a privilege to forge you a weapon, he speaks in a dignified way, but there's a glimmer of excitement in his eyes that betrays his serious demeanor. Tell me, what's your preferred way of fighting with a weapon? I wish to forge something that would suit you best. We can either go for full use of our strength. Now let's go for the chance at a sword. Yep, he is forging a sword. His skill is merely decent. I've studied the Basque language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Basque script. A letter of friendship from a speaker of Arabic. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings to benefit us both greatly. He has learned Basque. Impressive. Send my regards. Or we can... Yeah, I'll just send my regards. Shame we are still... Yeah, sure, I'll return the inspiration, considered opinion. My weaponsmith, Bernard, updates me on his progress, journeying on about the limits of hammer and bellows as my mind reels with bold ideas for my sword. Forging may not be my personal forte, but that doesn't mean I can't have a say in how my money is spent. Ooh, let's go for 79% chance of increased quality. However, Ronio is dying. So hopefully this will just carry on to our heir. So now Malik Muhammad. Let's continue the work. Pay him the 50. Open inventory. Oh, I actually have 2 Toledo swords. Let's see, too few spouses. Negotiate an alliance. Council is empty. Well, mostly empty. We still have Berengaria, Noboa. Let's see, we're great diplomacy, but a good intrigue education. Guess let's go intrigue. Let's go temptation focus since start out with seducer fully unlocked. Too few spouses. Shame that so many of the spouse options are, in the single digits. And it's in terms of age. Oh, we actually do already have culture view highlighted. Where is it highlighted? Oh, I guess there. Innovations. We don't need all these tips. Use of violating sumptuary law. You challenge this character to a stewardship debate, attacking them for their crimes against fashion. There's okay, so here's a fun thing. Scroll just doesn't want to work anymore. Like, I cannot move the map at all. Just try exiting to the main menu. You know, this is Iron Man, so, you know, it's auto-saved anyway. Right, there we go. So you've got flock of rogue men, then bursts into my throne room. Hurt, he's searching for and operating everything from chairs to skirts, hurts, and in a frantic search. Malik Muhammad, you're the followers of Ladron the Headless, a great holy man who has been decapitated as part of a prophecy Allah gave him at birth. As often happens with holy figures, his head started rolling away. We have been chasing it through the land and are certain it rolled up of the hillock into your castle. Well, let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go for 77% chance of intimidating the cult. And we can hold court right now. Sitting on my throne, a gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. Blah 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 blah. Author petitioners file in. My vassal Whaley Rezin then hurries to my side, his bloodshot eyes searching the assembled court. My lord, I am sure someone in the Malachite is out to get me. I have no evidence, but I suspect Sheik Ledron, given his reputation for villainy, comes from my throat. I beg you, imprison Ledron and put a stop to this madness. Just gonna increase Ledron's opinion of me. A haggard-looking peasant now stands in front of me. My lord, I beg for your help. A monster prowls in the mountains of Garnata, killing cattle and farmers alike. If you have seen it, the mangled remains of those poor victims those leave no doubt. It's clearly a huge wolf, as bloodthirsty as you have ever been seen. Please send your strongest hunters and save us from his voracious jaws. Let's see. Go for monsters in the wilderness. Now, I'm gonna go fell the beast myself. And also burn a raving heretic. Inspired person can be sponsored. Face me, you foul beast. 45%, 5% chance of just dying. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so got severely injured. But hey, I tried. And I survived. Finally, my servants have found then some people might fit into service court position. Sean can be and will live to see another day. Right, children like guardians. Young Ordonio, Muhammad Heddes, learning stewardship. He's bossy and callous. He's best for martial and stewardship. Either one on his base 4, so let's just go for stewardship. And Munia, I can mentor him in that. Let's go Cinda. Starting intrigue currently. Base of 4. Base of 7 diplomacy. So you can switch over to diplomacy. Then have myself mentor you personally in diplomacy. And hold court again. 5 years. I think my like get something to drink real quick. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back and ready. Continue for the next, like, half hour, I guess. I usually stop streaming at 2 a.m. and it's currently 1:22. Another 5 years before I can hold court again. Gotta rally the troops again because there's another dissolution faction. Call my allies to war. I still need more spouses? Right there. First gotta raise all of my armies. And I'm being invited to a feast. Sheikh Abdallah announced a slight delay to the serving of the food, and immediately Hakam looks ready to burst with frustration. In between grumbles from his stomach, I only hear grumbles of displeasure. Hakam has a point. Where's our food? Gained a new friend. Well, my son Zemeno has died. In the dungeon of Emir Hafs. A changing mind. Ursinda has been asking me for a stick horse for a long time. I told her I would get one for her in 3 months if she displayed more focus on her studies. She simply waved my offer away, saying she did not really care about that anymore. So, Pickle is good for diplomacy. Content boosts learning, and I think I'll just let her be Fickle. And the Dissolution War just kind of ended. Death of a councilwoman. What a disaster. Immense tensions have been simmering in Tudela. A mob of angry Mozarabs named the council Berengar is the cause of their discontent. Due to her morality beliefs, in the middle of the night they snuck into my castle, tied Berengaria to a loom and set it ablaze. Berengaria's family blames me for what occurred. Her son Bernard now stands before me, demanding that I apologize for this horrible act against the house of Noah. I will deploy soldiers to restore our order to Nutadella. It's the brave Malik Muhammad. Your gentle demeanor is what gives meaning to my life. I have no other desire than to feel the embrace of your love. So that I may know if your prowess carries off the battlefield, you put Apollo to shame. These lines are a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I will do anything to prove my loyal affection. Not sure. You might be a Malik You're also a brooding bed swerver. The unprovoked anger expressed by my vassal Sheik Yakub but comes as a complete surprise. He has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, that even he struggles, it's calming. Don't need all of my armies. He's deployed. Gotta fill out my council again. Unfortunately, don't have a position for Sheikh Yakub in the level of the council. Alasso has seen artisan inspiration. She wants to make something wondrous. But I don't have the 50 gold to sponsor her, so... Just gonna have to wait. And of course, here's another dissolution faction. Why is it always gotta be somebody from Soria? Trying to... Sheikh Mukhtar is going to blackmail deviant hook on you. Let's see. He has died. How many times I have to teach you all this lesson? It's always Saurians too. My friend Sheikh Ledron has accused my Chancellor Sheikh Hilal of being of having copulated with his lover Afsana. Such things cannot be accepted outside of marriage. Allah will judge these sinners. My friend Sheikh Ledron has brought forward undeniable evidence that Kaval was fathered by Chancellor Sheikh Hilal. I wonder, did Kaval know about his true heritage, or is it this, or is it this as much news to him as it is to me? Will this revelation become a blessing or a curse? This is the 1-year-old we're talking about. He's only maybe recently learned of the concept of parents. I don't think he cares. Oh, guess we need reinforcements. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna go for the exotic carpet. Oh, and I've inherited the Emir of Toledo and 2 other titles from Prince Ordonio II Ordonez of Navarra. May only confer partition. I inherited the hide of the great dog of Bradleos from Order. Since when did he have the great hide of Native Holdfast? I thought that was hanging in my porch. Guess it wasn't. So the guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, as well as my failings. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. But what could possibly help? Become improvident. Guess we're going for the hashish. Alright, hold fast hide is where it belongs now. Decision available. Repay loan. Lock truth is relative. Again, empty council positions. You and you be on the council. That's what happened. My brother Emir Ordonio was slain during the Battle of Soria. You might be a Malik, but you're also a spineless knave. The unprovoked anger expressed by my wife, Malika Sukena, comes as a complete surprise. She has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this. And we've got another new complaint, no claimant. Force of my dreams. Yeah, I'm gonna be better than my father and not make a forest of impaled corpses. Gersinda has come of age. Can sponsor. This wondrous item. Thank you for funding this endeavor of mine, and my lord. My beneficiary, Alasso, tries to keep her composure. But I can see the excitement in her eyes. Boxes, sculptures, thrones. There's so much I can make. Perhaps does you have any wishes? You know what? I'll go for a grand throne. Inspiration, a motto for the ages. The hero beneficiary Alasso, now muttering to herself from across the hall. I need something great, something epic. To make my creation stand out from the uninspired masses, but what? Just what? Her spirited eye, please meet mine. And she breaks out into a huge smile. Ellen waves to me. My lord, what an amazing idea, just perfect. What do you think of adding your family's motto to your commission? Sure, that sounds lovely. Alright, healing from my injuries. Press for funds. Fortunately, we don't have quite enough for that. As old Sheikh Sparrow has revealed my secret for the world to see, my unnatural lust and uncontrollable desires, widely known and accepted as fact. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a feather, as my vassal Sheikh Sparrow walks into the room. Horrified, he throws the door wide open. Malik Muhammad, what's the meaning of this? Then they're officially a deviant. Which is shunned by the Mualadi faith. I wonder, are there any faiths that don't shun deviants? Because I mean, by definition, in like deviance and is not wanted in anything that tries to be organized. Since it is running counter to the status quo, so you the way I often play the whole religion system is basically like, you know, I'll try and like by default I'll stick with the same religion, but if if a character gets an opportunity to end up with a religion that is more beneficial to them, like for instance, if if, if Muhammad here has an opportunity to convert to a faith or even create a faith that does not shun deviancy, then he'll probably go for it because he has something to gain and that he will no longer be shunned. And however, so far I'm not seeing any. At the very least, there's no faiths in the other faiths category. Well, there's no Muslim faiths that are accepting of deviancy. Except for the only faith that I've found so far that accepts deviancy is Nengcho's, which is a form of Buddhism. Oh, and Bori, which is an unreformed Hausen faith. Vegetariana, which is more Buddhism, is also accepting of deviancy. Ari also accepts deviancy and is. Looks like pretty much the only existing faith that looks like it's pretty much the options are oh Messalinianism, which is a Christian faith, accepts deviancy, as is Adamitism, but Adamitism is also into nudism, so which also neither of these are present anywhere. They're on the entire map. Oh, and Canatism accepts there's deviancy. The Volt Lafixie Emily. Is there like one more? Kuramism. But like there's only as far as faiths that actually have a presence somewhere, it's just Buddhism. Let's see. I'll just let her do her thing. A new flame. Over the years, I've received a great deal of portraits from various noblewomen, both foreign and local. Until now, they've mostly gathered dust in some attic. Perhaps I should bring them out and select my next romantic pursuit. Eh. Right, that's over and done with. Unpleasant pleasantries. When I sent out invitations for a dance, I was looking forward to an evening of good company and frivolous fun. Then I found myself stuck in a dreadful conversation with Steward Sheikh Yaqub. I think the Lord has had enough. A woman interrupts. Is Enderkina. Can't you tell you're boring him, my lord? I'm not staying a moment longer than I have to. And I died. Just as the Basque throne got done. Now we're Malik Ordonio the second Mohammed is. So Well, I think I found the reason why some days are more rat-free than others. My vassal waylays have left one, unhappily declares as he moves aside to reveal a servant holding a very displeased cat. It, it wriggles in an attempt to free itself from the scratched up arms of the servant, meowing in a rather endearing fashion. I'd say this is one successful rat hunter. In fact, it was in the middle of a wrestling match with a fat one when we found it. What say you? Should we adopt this cat? I'd love a feline companion. Maybe when it dies, it can also join Holdfast up on the wall. I have the Basque Throne. Granger needs to be at least one, and also I'm a child. Also... Can't... And even do that. Let's improve our fashion. Fortunately, that did not... Alright, let's get some servants, I guess. Shadow seems like a good name for the cat. Clear out all of these advice things. Alright, so Malik Nicordonio the second is 15. Trying to aim for another teen at least. Not sure, let's form an alliance with Bradley Oz. Yeah, fill out the council. Once I can actually utilize my cursed rolling hoop, for at least a little while. Alliance formed. Populist faction formed. Fort Granger 2. And I need 10 in order to get up to level 1. Not in Court Granger. I think I might actually call it there for tonight. So thank you to everyone that stopped by. Next CK3 stream is planned for our next Thursday night. Which will be